Thanks for joining me for this gear review. Shout out to all my 10 subscribers. Basically, I wanted to practice some editing, and the easiest way to do that is to do that with things that I have here that I can review in the comfort of my living room, and that way I can go mess around on Premiere. Today, I'm going to review something I couldn't find any information on the internet about. This chest pack only had some videos out, and these things are kind of expensive, and for anybody who is in fly fishing who really wants an in-depth review on this, here you go. This is for you. If you just kind of want to say, oh, is it a good chest pack? Yes, it is. It's very good. It's top of the line for sure. Let's talk about the capacity. Basically, you have enough to fit about 6 fly boxes in here. And I'm talking like full size fly boxes. You definitely could fit, to give us some sort of size comparison, you can get in probably about 6 to 12 of those. Not sure how well you can see that. It does have some mesh pocketing along the front, a little lanyard for your keys, and then the zero sweep system sits on the top here, where the retractors are linked on the inside. Don't take really a lot of space. I mean, this is a good amount of size. You could keep a lunch in here with a pretty minimalist setup. I could fit another couple reels in here, some cases, some tippet. Here's a small tripod. Let's see what else I got here. Some bug spray. Maybe that's probably maxing it out. You can still get it shut though. It's really still, that's a lot to fit in on just the front. We haven't even gotten, then you have the front, and definitely not a lot of storage space in between the mesh pocketing, but in the mesh pocketing you have enough. I have my float and stuff like that, and you have plenty of space here. You do have one small zippered pocket on the inside here, good for where you might want to keep your fishing license, something like that, and then another loose pocket. Really, the pockets they're not the greatest. Everything's mesh, which I kind of don't like because things get hooked on them. Especially if you drop flies in there. Sometimes, like if you drop a fly in there and you want to pick it out, it'll get hooked on the mesh rather than if it was just nylon. There's less chance of it. So I don't know why they went with mesh here. I guess more to see where it is, and I get that. On the side, you have these daisy chains and Molly links. These are pretty good. These look like these will hold up for a little bit. And then on the front, you have 2 mesh pockets that have some elasticity in them. They are kind of always open, so you have to keep in mind if you stumble forward or you trip over a rock, this is probably the most susceptible thing to come out. I keep tippet in here, but really you don't want to carry anything in here that you're not willing to part with, because I think that something could easily fall out of these if you really did trip forward or something like that over a rock. A good little jolt might get something out of here. They also do include this one really big molly bar, which they have several attachments for. It does have like a light little Velcro on it, and this is super useful. I actually have a GoPro mount, which I'll be shooting future videos with, that I'm going to be using on here. So hopefully the video will be a lot better in the future. It also has daisy chain and molly points at the bottom. I really wish they had a center one as well, because finding something that spans all of this is very difficult, right? Like, so a little center one or something a little bit more accommodating would have been cool. They also gave you a little tippet thing that has a little hook, but this hook is pretty, I don't know if you're going to put like 1 tippet on there or 2 tippets, but it can't really even if you were to put 2 tippets on there, it doesn't really seem like it will really hold it very well. And I used it for a little bit, but then I found that, accessing that on the bottom and being able to look and see that, it really isn't going to happen. It's a lot better just to keep it right there. So I don't really use this at all. Other than that, on the front of the pouch, you do have attachment points on the shoulder straps, and the shoulder straps are probably my biggest criticism. They nailed it with the zero sweep system. I think they did a fantastic job there, but this shoulder strap system is very light and very thin, and I think that because of that, you know, they wanted. I know what Umpqua was going for, but like for example, if you had a pin on here, you're going to start to cause damage in a very short amount of time. In fact, I did have a pin there, and it started to fuzz up the threading there, and I started moving it down. And originally I had something else here, and I don't do that anymore. I would also caution against using this upper daisy chain with like any scissors or anything that would poke into it, because you're gonna wear this out very quickly. It would have been nice to see them take this fabric and just move it just a little bit further. Alright, so moving on to the back of the pack, you do have 2 different storage options, which is really nice to be versatile like that. That way you don't have to carry a backpack if you don't need to. The first one is going to be this slimmer option. I like to stuff one heavy item in here, which typically is going to be my camera gear. So I'll put a small Pelican case. This will have, you know, GoPro batteries and a little tripod for some shots that I haven't gotten yet for any of my videos. But soon I'll get better at filming while fishing. Very adjustable here. These kind of run into the same mesh pocket. So these aren't totally hidden. They will take up the pocket space. I don't know if you guys can see that. Bigger option. You definitely have a good amount of space in here. You can keep lunch, probably about 6 beers. This pack officially gets a 6-can beer rating. Maybe 7 if you really tried. The net holder is nice and sturdy. It is not one you're going to have to fish around a whole lot for. I did use the net holder for a long time. It does have a slot for a camelback, and the zero sweep system that they're calling this, where you kind of just intertwine the two, hasn't failed me once. It's really been very reliable. That's about it. This is what it looks like when it's on.